Okay, this is just a little quick video. Fight Hype put out not too long ago that, Floyd Mayweather's opponent for May 5th, since Pacquiao and Arum, can't come to an agreement with him, it's going to end up being Miguel Cotto. And, of course, there's going to be people complaining about it. They're going to say, oh, now look who's fighting somebody's leftovers, since, uh, you know, lately, Pacquiao's been fighting Floyd's leftovers, Hatton, De La Hoya, Mosley. But, Cotto's come back. Um, the people that Floyd fought before Pacquiao fought him, they fought Floyd, then had bad performances after that, and then fought Pacquiao. So, those people had, a traumatizing loss to Floyd, basically. You know, they got an ass whooping by him and then extra ass whoopings, before Pacquiao fought them. Difference between that and Cotto is, since Cotto fought Pacquiao, he been winning. And, he's actually been looking good in his fights. I mean, he just avenged, the first loss of his career to Margarito, The only other loss he has in his career is to Pacquiao. And Cotto, in his last fight with Margarito, fought better than he had before. Cotto used to be very one-handed. He put too much reliance on landing his left hook. That's his money punch. But now he boxes more. He does more moving and stuff than he did against Pacquiao Margarito the first time. And that's something that's different about him. He's displaying boxing skill when he usually like to go in there throw them bombs, but he fought smart against Margarito, and that's something that I think Pacquiao's camp saw as a challenge for him. 'Cause I mean, look at this. Oscar De La Hoya. They wanted Oscar to come down and fight at 147. Floyd went up and fought Oscar at 154. But, Pacquiao wanted him to fight at the catch weight. After Shane Mosley knocked out Margarito, he went twice to Pacquiao's gym. And Freddie Roach said this. He said, Shane came to me twice, asked me, we could fight. And I told him no, it had to be a catch weight of like 142, because that's what they wanted at the time. And Shane's like, and Freddie Roach said, Shane was like, okay, y'all fought Oscar at 147. Why can't you fight me at 147? And Roach said what he told Shane was, you're not Oscar, you better than Oscar. So, that's what happened there. But then Floyd ended up beating Shane Mosley, 147. And then Mosley had, a draw in his fight after that. And then, Pacquiao's like, okay, he looked bad against Floyd. He lost. He just had this draw. And, we're hyping up Pacquiao to be the fighter that's better than Floyd. So, it's okay to fight at 147 now with Mosley. We'll go ahead and take that fight. Then that fight happened. Then, that was the same thing back with De La Hoya. It's all explained in the video Cherry Picking with Freddie Roach. If y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to go watch that video, because it will explain. Roach will explain on that interview that they have been picking Pacquiao's opponents based on how bad they're looking. You know, that's and people, Pacquiao fans talking about Floyd's been cherry picking, hand picking his opponents. He been fighting people who coming off wins and great victories. Okay, there's only been since Floyd became a champion, his 18th fight. Since the first time he became a champion, there's only been 3 people he fought that came off a loss or a bad performance in the ring. Justin Juco, that was like his 21st or 22nd fight. It was Justin Juco, and then Zab Judah, who had lost to Carlos Valdemar, and then DeMarcus Corley, who lost to Zab Judah. Those are the only 3 people since he became a champion that he fought coming off a loss or a bad performance. All the other people coming off KO victories or, a streak of wins. And now you look at Pacquiao, they had Oscar, who a weight drain, and Freddie Roach, even told him, yeah, Oscar was really dehydrated on the weigh-in. He had IV marks in his arms because he had to go to the hospital and get rehydrated by the IV. So that's something that any boxer would tell you. You weight drain yourself, and your training camp becomes a weight loss camp. It's gonna have effect on you once you step in the ring. Another thing. Another fighter. Now that Pacquiao is afraid to fight, seemingly afraid to fight because he won't fight a catchweight, is Miguel Cotto. Because, first time for him, they had Cotto, who was the champion at that time. Now was he? Yeah, he was the champion at that time. And him come down and weight to fight him at a catchweight. And I'm like, okay, why is Cotto as a champion coming down in weight? Okay? When Manny Pacquiao fought this dude Oscar Larios, he made Larios come up about 10 pounds to fight him. And Pacquiao, he didn't go down at all in any weight. It was supposed to be a catchweight fight. Pacquiao didn't have to lose no weight. He made other dude come up in weight to challenge him. Okay, so why when he was challenging Cotto back then, why he made Cotto come down to a catchweight, 145? And then same thing with the Margarito fight, when he fought Margarito for that vacant belt. There was a 154 belt. He said Margarito had to come down to 150. Why didn't Pacquiao go up and wait to meet him there? And they're saying that Pacquiao the greatest fighter in the world right now. You tell me he can't put on that few pounds to go up there? I mean, when Floyd fought Carlos Valdemar, he came into the ring like 149, 150. He fought Oscar. Oscar was a 154. Floyd came in at 150. Just recently against Ortiz, Floyd came into the ring 150. Ortiz is up at 162. But Pacquiao having all them catchweights, and now with Miguel Cotto, they were saying they wanted a catchweight at 147 again. When Cotto been up there at 154 for how long now? Since he left welterweight. And the thing with that is, Margarito bigger than Cotto. They fight Margarito at 150. Why can't they fight Cotto at 150? Because they seen what Cotto just did to Margarito. Cotto just whooped Margarito's ass in the rematch. Y'all seen that? So now they're like, oh, well, we beat Margarito at 150, but Cotto does manhandle him. So we'll bring Cotto. We'll weight drain him again. We'll bring him down to 147. But Cotto ain't gonna let that happen to himself again, 'cause he know what happened to himself the last time, and he asking the same question that Mosley did. Mosley was like, "You fought Oscar at 147. Why not me?" Now it's Cotto's turn, so y'all fought Margarito at 150. Why y'all don't want to fight me at 150? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? That's what Pacquiao doing. You see a person looking good in the ring, want to weight drain them. People who Floyd beat or who look beatable, they go ahead and take the fight no problem. And now though, they're talking about Floyd fighting Pacquiao's leftovers. Nah, there ain't no leftovers from Pacquiao. Pacquiao ain't finished Cotto off. He was able to bounce back. They were talking about how Floyd's opponents, they had a pretty good win percentage rate until they fought him, and then they said that after fighting Floyd, their percentage in wins dropped for the fights that they had after fighting him. Said something was wrong with them after that. But, that's just one thing that people don't pay attention to. They don't pay attention to anything in that weight class in boxing unless it's coming from Bob Arum's mouth. Another interesting thing is, back in 2005, they had an interview with Bob Arum after Floyd fought Arturo Gatti. People saying that Floyd ducked Cotto back then. But, it turned out in this interview, they was talking about, okay, what about Floyd fighting Miguel Cotto? Because they were talking about, this was at the time when people said that he ducked Margarito too. And they would say, what about Miguel Cotto? Arum, as I said before in one of my other videos, Arum said, Floyd wanted a $10 million guarantee to fight Hatton and Cotto, $5 million apiece to both of them. But in this interview, Arum talking about, nah, it's too soon for Cotto. He's not marketable. His name ain't big enough for us to really make money off him right now. So we're gonna wait till later. And then as soon as Floyd left Top Rank that time, because it was right before that happened, because they were talking about November 12th as a fight day for that. And November 12th was a fight day that they were talking about. Who was it? I think Margarito. That's what they're talking about. They said Margarito, Hatton, or I think the other name was Judah. But yeah, there's this interview back in 2005. But then Floyd leaves Arum, and while Arum was sitting there telling him, yeah, we're about to fight Margarito, Hatton, or Judah, and that it's too soon to fight Cotto because his name ain't really big enough and he needs to be developed more. Floyd leaves, and then Arum come out and say Floyd duck Hatton, not Hatton, but Floyd duck Cotto, and Floyd duck Margarito. And since then, everybody been saying that. Everybody who a Pacquiao fan been saying that. Also the same thing about people saying Floyd ain't got his legs no more. Look what happened before the Mosley fight. Floyd was sitting at the press conference talking about, I'm going to stand right in front of him. People say I run all the time. I'm going to stand right there and fight. But then, after the fight, Freddie Roach coming about, oh, Floyd don't look like he has his legs no more. So he wasn't really moving during the fight. But what did Floyd say before that? He came out and Floyd came out and said something else too. See, he was like, I move around, people gonna say I'm running. I stand there and fight, people say my legs is gone, because he was asked about it. And that's the thing these days. Instead of looking at what's actually happening, people are all listening to whatever come out of Team Pacquiao's mouth. Anybody associated with Bob Arum, Pacquiao, Freddie Roach, that's all people listening to instead of looking at what's actually going on. So that's just some things that y'all need to pay attention to. And, after Floyd whooped Cotto's ass, but nobody start complaining about, oh, well, Cotto passed his prime. He ain't past his damn prime. So y'all just sit tight and wait for that to happen. Pacquiao got lucky. Would have been his ass whooping.